Hey guys, what's going on? It is now March 13th of 2022, and as we get closer to the official release of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, a lot of Star Wars fans around the world are truly looking forward to what George, John, and Dave have in stock for the new Star Wars universe with new Star Wars shows, new Star Wars movies, and everything that comes in between to really make up for this new Star Wars universe at large. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do make sure to post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and also really interact with you guys further. So what's even all the more exciting right now is exactly what's been happening between George, John, and Dave to really kind of combine both Star Wars Legends and the new Star Wars universe, such as the Disney canon, and everything that's going to really kind of steer things in the right direction. They're really trying to do pretty much, the impossible task that Kathleen Kennedy could not achieve, that Bob Iger could not achieve, and now everything that has been done between John and Dave has been superb so far. I think that everything related to Mando Season 1 and 2 has been great. The Book of Boba Fett, a little bit of a minor speed bump there, as I like to say. But a lot of that had to do with Robert Rodriguez with his episodes, and since he was executive producer, he had some creative pull on the episodes that he actually worked on. So that kind of really translates and makes a lot more sense. Now, when you look at everything of what's happening with their plan for Star Wars Celebration now, Star Wars Celebration, which by the way takes place at the very end of May, it's going to have a lot of new announcements, new TV show announcements, new Star Wars lore that will be unveiled, such as comics, books, and novels, and video games and such. We have a lot of things coming our way for this May, not just for that, but also the Kenobi TV series, which by the way launches on May 25th on Disney+. Cannot wait to see that. However, when it all dwindles down to a big announcement that Disney, Lucasfilm, John, and Dave have in store, of course, with Disney and Lucasfilm already getting prepared to make a big announcement at Star Wars Celebration for the new Star Wars TV shows and Star Wars movies later, of course, down the road, creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are beginning to work on the Ahsoka Tano TV series for Disney+. However, it's noted that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are set to make a big announcement later this year that will be very beneficial to the Star Wars fandom and the entire Star Wars universe. The major plan by Favreau and Filoni right now is that they are getting ready to actually make a major announcement by this fall that will introduce the addition of a popular Star Wars Legends character that served as Darth Vader's apprentice, essentially known as Starkiller, aka Galen Marek. Now, both John and Dave Filoni are going to be making this character canon by the end of this year, and will be introducing him in the form of live action in a host of new Star Wars TV shows that takes place after the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series. Not just that, however, but they are also set to announce the return of Mace Windu for, of course, the Mandalorian series by this fall, as well to actually excite the entire Star Wars fandom, along with a planned Mace Windu Star Wars TV series that is currently in the early development phase that will bring a return for actor Samuel L. Jackson in the show. Now, the thing about all of this, we talked about this lightly a couple of months ago about Samuel L. Jackson portraying an elderly version of Mace Windu in The Mandalorian Season 4, which by the way debuts in 2023. Now, there's a lot of things happening between that and the Mace Windu TV series, and how Samuel L. Jackson is going to be making his debut once again as Mace Windu in different ways. Obviously, you can see that this is becoming a common trend, that a lot of characters that either fall into a deep chasm, a pit, or into a very shadowy area end up coming back to life in some way, shape, or form. And that seems to be the common trend right now between Darth Maul, Palpatine, other characters out there like Ben Solo who fell into a pit and came out alive. There's so many different examples out there, but when we look at everything related to Galen Marek, aka Starkiller, which by the way, I don't know if you guys know about this villain, but in Star Wars Legends in the Force Unleashed video games, this character essentially, basically was Darth Vader's apprentice, and you got to see him in multiple ways. You got to see him without the suit. There was also another ending where you got to see him in the suit, and that's exactly what John and Dave are preparing right now, is to actually make that officially canon by the end of this year that will be done in live action form in the years to come. Now, this is where things begin to really pick up that I think a lot of fans are really going to respect. Now, the series is set to drop sometime in either 2024 or 2025 for Mace Windu currently, and it's moving along well in early development. However, the addition of Starkiller is set to become Darth Vader's canon apprentice in the new Star Wars universe, and that there will be some minor design changes to the character. John and Dave have already contacted actor Sam Witwer to come back in the role of Starkiller to portray him in live-action form this time around, in a different time period than in the Legends version. However, will remain near similar to what Legends did with the character. Now, John and Dave are prepared to make this big announcement on stage for a new unknown special event that will actually involve not only themselves on stage, but also Sam Witwer to present himself as coming in to portray Starkiller as in the new Star Wars TV shows. So that's another thing, is that Sam Witwer will be portraying the role of Starkiller in live-action form. In case you guys have no idea who Sam is, which I'm sure most of you do, he actually voiced Darth Maul in, the Clone Wars, in Star Wars Rebels, and of course, he also did it in Solo: A Star Wars Story. And there's a lot of things at play here. We obviously know that everything related to Disney Star Wars is that they really are trying to turn things around for the franchise. And by including Sam Witwer as Starkiller again, this is probably one of the best decisions that they have recently made, that they will be announcing later this year at a new unknown special event that's going to be pretty much the sister, of Star Wars Celebration. They want to make something a little bit smaller, but very powerful when it comes to announcements starting this year. And we're going to learn more about that by this summer. So when you look at everything, in the past related to Legends now coming back to life, making a huge comeback and being made canon, you can see that they're very desperate to really make things turn around. Now, this of course is a big step that John and Dave decided to pull through, and it's going to be a challenge for them, but they are very excited to be doing this. The announcement is described to be a legendary presentation that will cater to the hardcore fans, with some special surprises. Galen Marek is said to be a big role in the new universe, and that John and Dave really want to make him one of the big bads in the Star Wars world. Now, Disney CEO Bob Chapek is described to have been in one, of course, that suggested this to John and Dave to actually go through with this plan in order to succeed with the hardcore Star Wars fans around the globe. Now, this is also said to be a way to tell new stories about Darth Vader in new upcoming Star Wars TV shows and projects that will feature characters around him. So, one other thing that I think a lot of fans absolutely need to be aware of is the fact that they have to be very careful with how they use this character. I know already that a lot of hardcore fans want to see this character done accurately to how he was portrayed in The Force Unleashed 1 and 2, and that's exactly what they are doing. They're going to be making him as accurate as possible. It's just that the time period's going to be shifted around, the story's going to be shifted around. It's not going to be like how it was in Force Unleashed, but the character will be considered Darth Vader's apprentice in the new series that are actually being planned as we speak right now. So, with that being said, I would like to hear what you guys have to say about the addition of Starkiller, Galen Marek, Sam Witwer coming back into the role for live-action form. And this really does kind of raise a lot of questions, Exactly how are the fans going to perceive this? Is this a good call or a bad call, depending on how drastic the time period, is going to be changed? We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.